Texas Tech was number 5 in last week's college football playoff rankings and on Sunday jumped 2 spots to number 5 in the Associated Press Top 25 poll. The Red Raiders likely will be number 4 when the new CFP rankings come out Tuesday night. That would position them to receive a bye for the first round if they beat BYU for the second time this season in the Big 12 championship game Saturday. Depending on the outcomes of the SEC and Big 10 title games, they could be as high as number 2 when the final CFP rankings are released next Sunday. The opportunity to enhance its seeding was not lost on Texas Tech in its final regular season game at West Virginia. The Red Raiders won 49-0, scoring on their opening 3 possessions and 4 of their first 5. "I know we've got to go win the Big 12, and that will help us, but we want to move up," Coach Joey McGuire said. "We're at 5 right now and we want to get as high as we can get in those rankings. I think it'll make a huge difference for us." The Red Raiders have won 5 straight since their only loss, 26-22 at Arizona State on October 18. Granted, 4 of the opponents finished 10th or lower in the Big 12, but their 211-36 scoring advantage over the last 5 games is impressive. They're tied with No. 2 Indiana for widest margin of victory over that span, at 175 points, and the 36 points they've allowed are fewest by an FBS team. Their toughest game in the closing stretch was against then No. 8 BYU, and they were in control the whole way while holding the Cougars to 255 yards and winning 29-7. At 11-1, the Red Raiders have matched their program record for wins in a season, and their 8 Big 12 wins are their most. They're only the 6th team in 100 years to win at least 11 regular season games by 20-plus points. Now it's on to the Big 12 title game for the first time. "It's really, really cool," quarterback Baron Morton said. "Kind of emotional, being a Lubbock kid. You've worked so hard to be in the position you're in now. It's just really cool to look up and see what we've done this year. But we're not done yet." Navy makes season debut. It seemed like a long time coming, but Navy finally made the top 25, checking in at number 23 on Sunday. The midshipmen were knocking on the door after a 7-0 start, then lost 2 straight. They've beaten a then No. 25 South Florida at home and Memphis on the road in their last 2 games. Navy, which has the Army game December 13 before going to a bowl, finished in a 3-way tie for first in the American Conference. A 31-17 loss at North Texas on November 1 kept the midshipmen out of the conference championship game. Navy, the number 1 rushing team in the nation, was held to 200 yards on the ground in its 28-17 win over Memphis. It was the midshipmen's second lowest output of the season. The defense rose up to end the Tigers' streak of scoring 20 points at 51 games. Bison get some love. North Dakota State was acknowledged for its dominance in the football championship subdivision, ranked number 23 on the ballot of Cedar Rapids, Iowa Gazette sports columnist Mike Halaas. That was good for 3 poll points, more than 4 FBS teams that also received votes. It's had a season similar to Indiana's, and it's been as steady a winner over the last 10 years as Alabama, Halaas said in a text. NDSU, which has won 10 of the last 14 FCS championships, is the top seed in the playoffs and will host Illinois State on Saturday. The Bison previously received votes in 28 polls over 6 seasons between 2011-19. The closest they've come to cracking the top 25 was in 2016, when they were 2 spots out following a 23-21 upset of an 11th-ranked Iowa. 9 other FCS teams have received votes since 2007. Extra points. Indiana coach Curt Cignetti's 23 victories so far are second most in Big Ten history in the first 2 seasons at a school. The second-ranked Hoosiers' 56-3 victory over Purdue broke a tie with Fielding Yost, who had 22 wins in 1901-02 at Michigan. Urban Meyer won 24 games in 2012-13 at Ohio State. No. 3 Georgia joined Florida 1992-96 as the only programs to make 5 consecutive Southeastern Conference championship game appearances. The Bulldogs will be playing in the game for a 13th time when they square off against No. 10 Alabama on Saturday. No. 14 Texas's 27-17 win over then No. 3 Texas A&M made the Longhorns the first team since LSU in 2019 to beat 3 AP top 10 teams in a season.